The water. All right. Hey, Shalom, it's just Salaki about that. I don't know what happened, but you know, things happen. But we back. We back like we left something. El, get Zawat Salakia. Salakia, forgive me, brother. Get that Micah 2 and 10. Micah 2 and 10. So what was we talking about? Just a quick little recap. We're talking about Juneteenth being a bunch of fluff, meaning absolutely nothing to black people.
Right.
You understand? An illusion of being free. It's an illusion of being free. You're not free for real. Not inside of this kingdom. So that's the importance of us doing what? Coming back to the Lord, coming back to the law, statutes, and commandments, man.
Right.
Coming back to serve the Lord, man. Our brotherhood is the only thing that we have and started inside of this kingdom.
Right.
We put get that for me in the scriptures where it say our eyes hope for a nation that cannot save it. I believe it's in Ecclesiastics. Only a slave need another man to tell him that he free. The fact that the oppressor is letting us, he dictates whether we're free or not free, should let you know you are a slave. Okay. That's exactly it. I'm ready for it right now. Watch this. Read.
We're in the book of Lamentations, chapter 4 and verse 17. As for us, our eyes as yet failed for our vain help.
For your vain help. And that's what your oppressor gives. He gives you a vain help. He tells you he free and still hanging you from trees.
Right.
He tells you you free and then redlines you. He tells you you free and let that's what the Bible say when it say every beast of the field devour us. Look around in your neighborhood, man. It's a person of every nation, of a different nation, controlling every aspect of your neighborhood, while you control nothing. Now me, I'm gonna use the example I used earlier when I talked about the fried chicken. Now, me personally, I think I can fry some chicken. To me, I know some people can fry it better than me. But I have got to be able to fry chicken better than a so-called Arab. I have to be. It's no way he know more about frying chicken and eating fried chicken and how it should taste than me.
Right.
Think about, y'all ever heard of New York chicken? Arab, Kentucky Fried Chicken, oppressor, Church's chicken, oppressor. And you want to know something else? That's how you know. That's how you know that the curses that the Lord put on the church, put on us, is a real thing. Because we do everything better than every nation on the planet, and yet they're over us ruling. They dictate how we do it, and they make profit off of how we do it while we suffer. We all love football and basketball, don't we? They make millions and millions of dollars while they in the league, huh? 3 or 4 years after they out the league, them niggas be broke. No money without a dime. Why? Because your oppressor is the devil. The Bible speak of.
That's right.
He sets it up this way. Once he don't need them no more riches. Your so-called rappers, they look good on TV with all that prop money they got. That money be fake as a $6 bill.
Oh God.
Soon as they album, I watched KRS do an interview the other day. And he said, man, I'm sitting on a train listening to my album. And my man, they thinking I got a lot of money and all of this. And I'm sitting on the train right next to them. And they don't realize it's me. Because, of course, back then, they ain't had an internet. And, they ain't really put their pictures. You just had KRS-One on the seat. You really didn't see who he was and all that stuff. He's sitting on the train next to him. He don't even want to. He ashamed to even say anything because he don't got a wooden nickel in his pocket. While your oppressor sit back filthy rich off the things that you do. That's a slave.
Right.
That is a slave. Grab that Micah 2:10 again. I just had to read that right quick.
We're in the book of Micah, chapter 2, and verse 10. Arise ye.
Arise ye. Arise ye. Come out of this now. What the scripture say, come out of her, my people. Come out of this nonsense. Come out of this mindset that we inside of this kingdom. When are we going to start to realize that the only people that we have is each other? We only have each other. We don't have anybody else but each other, because every nation inside of this kingdom that we live in is here to oppress us, to assure that we do not come together and we do not rise. Read.
And depart. For this is not your rest.
And depart. Because this place is not our rest, man. This is not the place where we rest at, man. This is not a place where we should be comfortable in. This is not a place where we should be celebrating Juneteenth because we free. Don't let an illusion get you caught up in a bunch of nonsense. Don't let it do it, because it's just that. It's an illusion. It's not a real thing. You're not free for real. You just have a little more leeway. Because you're not a free person if a person that oppresses you is over you, making the rules for you to abide by. If another person is over you and determines whether you're free or not, you're not free. You are a slave. Make no mistake about it. We have to stop. We have to stop putting our trust and putting our faith in the oppressor. We have to stop doing it. Hey, El, grab one of those Slakias. Zawap, grab one of those Apocryphas. God, dog, man. This is embarrassing at this point. Okay. And that is the truth. You got it? Get Ecclesiasticus 12 and get 10. 12 and 10.
12 and 10.
Con. Ecclesiasticus 12 and 10. We have to stop. Oh, and I just wanted to say this. I got to do the class a little bit differently, but I did. I told y'all I was going to bring out that FBI file. I have it. I'm going to have to bring it out next week. We had a small little technical difficulties. I'll bring it out next week. I was going to bring it in. And also, when I said that, I also forgot Juneteenth was today. I didn't even think about that. I actually didn't think about it until today, really, about Juneteenth. Like, oh, it's Juneteenth. Oh, it's Juneteenth. Like, oh, okay. You got that, L? Read that.
We're in the Apocrypha, the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 12 and verse 10.
Mm-hmm.
Never.
What?
Never.
What?
Never.
Sometimes?
Never.
Once in a while?
Never.
Let me tell you something. It is saying never for a reason. Never think that your wisdom is greater than the wisdom of the Lord's.
That's right.
And this is our problem. We think we know different than what the Lord is laying down, man. The Lord said, what's that word again?
Never.
Never. Never. That's what the Lord said, man. He said never. Never what? Let me hear what the Lord said. Read.
Kind out of one kind. Trust thine enemy.
You never trust your enemy. You never trust him any way, shape, form, or faction. You can look and see how he does and see that he is crooked as the letter S.
Right.
What agreement? What agreement have we done with the oppressor that has benefited us in any way, shape, form, or faction? You think you can do something because you get to vote? All you doing is voting because to pick which oppressor you want to oppress you. What difference? What the hell difference does a vote make to you? Go ahead, L.
Like it, sir, if I may. That's heavy because, people that's into the politics, of America, they always say, well, you got to vote, the lesser of two evils.
Yeah, the lesser of two evils. That's the most
evil.
That's the most ridiculous nonsense I ever heard. The lesser of two evils.
Kind.
Hell no, man. Okay, how about we put Commander General? How about we make Commander General Hunter the leader then? He'll fix it. He'll fix it all. Nah. Read that. Never.
Never trust thine enemy.
Uh-huh.
For like as iron rusteth.
For like a what?
For like as iron rusteth.
For like a what?
For like as iron rusteth.
For like iron rust, man. Iron gonna rust. There's no way around it. What's that one saying? They say the zebra can't change his stripes. A zebra can't change his stripes, and a leopard can't change his spots. We have to. This is one thing that we have to understand, right? The Lord made your oppressor this way. It's not something that he can all of a sudden suddenly turn off. The Lord didn't create him to be that way. The Lord made him to be the way that he is right now. He cannot stop being the way he is. He was created this way. From the top.
Never trust thine enemy.
Uh-huh.
For like as iron rusteth,
uh-huh,
so is his wickedness.
So is his wickedness, man. so is his wickedness. So what? They said Juneteenth and we was free in what was it, 1852? Somewhere up in there. I just say the 1800s.
Right.
So they was hanging us from trees then, after that, and they still hanging us from trees now. How many oppressors get hung from trees by black people? Somebody free and somebody ain't.
Right.
Somebody is free and somebody is not. How many oppressors get murdered get unalived by the police over their driver's license or some nonsense like that? General Yohana, on a Commander General Yohana show, they did a story a couple of weeks ago about where the cop went back to the brother's house and broke his leg over a pen. How often does that happen to the oppressor, man? You don't hear stories like that about them because they're free, man. They take their frustration out on their slaves. That's what they do, man. That's exactly what they do. And that's why the Lord is saying this, man. You never trust your enemy. It's his nature to conduct itself in the manner in which he conducted itself. Riel?
Lucky. You want me to continue on that?
Continue on, Kai. 11.
Verse 11. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him.
Take good heed and be aware of him. Though he humble himself. You think he humbled himself, right? He humbled himself, but it's all a plot. He said, okay, well, everybody, okay, listen up, everybody. We have to now come together. This is getting out of control. Right. This is getting hectic. Black people, y'all vote for me, and I'll change things for you. Right. I'll do it for you. I'll make everybody come together. I'll talk to my people and have them be a little bit more nicer to you. That's what you want. You want some niceness, right? You can be nice to y'all. Just vote for me, and I'll have my people be nice to you. Read that from the top again.
Khan.
Lucky.
That's what he do, man. No matter what you do, no matter how you go about it, man, it's nothing that you can do. Your oppressor is going to oppress you and figure out a way to destroy you.
Right.
Stop accepting these. We have to stop accepting these trinkets from him.
Wow.
That's what we have to. That's what we have to do. We have to stop accepting these tricklets from the oppressor, man, because it does us no good. In the long run, it only hurts us. It only harms us in the long run. You got that, L? Oh, you had a question? You had a comment?
I had a comment kind of relating to it, sir. That's heavy because a lot of these, politicians in America, you don't see or hear from them until it's time to vote for them in the community until November.
Until it's election time. That's what they do. They just all black people is just like they treat us like a side piece. You treat your side. I mean, of course, you get what I'm saying. Y'all get what I'm saying. Of course, in here we don't have side pieces and things of that nature. But you know what I'm just using that as an example. Come around when you want them to come around, and when you're done with them, you send them on about their goddamn way and forget they even exist.
Right.
And that's how that's how the oppressor treats us. It's like General Hyman said it best one time. It's like we're his pets. They love us, they rub us, they feed us, they are, but their pet. They don't love us like they love another human. We're just their pets. Go ahead, Al.
That's heavy, sir, too. It's like yeah, you know what? We can all come along. Let's all unite and come together, but we're going to be on top of you. You know what I mean? That's how they operate.
God,
They're like, but we're going to be on top of you. You know what I mean?
there's no how else they think about it. You saying let's come together, but you're in control. You have the power, you have the wealth, you have the everything.
Forget about it.
You don't want anything from us. We looking at you like you the standard. They want us to come in and join their work, but to join them, what do we have to do? We have to sell all our businesses and then come work for them. Right. We voluntarily went right back into slavery. Voluntarily. It's nothing better. It's nothing better than you have a slave that wants to be a slave. Right. There's nothing better than that. That's how you know this is their kingdom. They have slaves that want to be slaves.
Good.
Go ahead, Al.
That's heavy too. So I was thinking, I was like, you know, we're not supposed to have no idols, the scriptures say.
God.
These oppressors, you can tell they want us to worship them and idol them.
Yeah, God.
Based on how they changed the image of Christ.
God. Based on how they changed the image of everything. They want us to worship them. Yes. That's why I say in Obadiah, he said he's going to raise his throne above. You see what I'm saying? He's going to be saying he set his cell phone high, man. They made themselves gods and Hercules and Zeus and all that old garbage. That nonsense that don't mean a hill of beans. Go ahead, Al.
And Salaka, sir, and it's on point. And you know that they want to keep their kingdom intact and in place because every time we come together and unite, Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, they always shame us for it. And, you know, why aren't you inviting us? You know what I mean? It's like we can't have nothing for ourselves.
The UPK is the only place where we can have for ourselves.
Right.
Where we don't have to include no other nation. That's right. This is the only place that is actually only for us and by us. This is the only place. You don't get, this is your safety from the oppressor, man. You get all that and more in here. You get all that and more in here, man. You actually learn how to defend yourself against the attacks of the oppressor. That brotherhood that we have in here, man, is unlike anything you will ever find any place else. You can't get this in your Christian church. You cannot get this in some fake Israelite group. You can't get this inside your Muslim mosque. This is something of the Lord, man, that's touched in here. This is something of the Lord, by the Lord, and you know it, but you won't know it from the outside. You have to come in and be a part of this, man, to really get a full-fledged understanding, man. You have to come in and be a part of it, man. And with that, I'm going to close the class. Shalom, Israel.